Hey everybody, how's it going? I know it's been a couple of days since I've been since I've done a video. The reason why is because, number one, I was very, very angry. Was not in the mood. My last video, I was telling you guys about one of my relatives out in Minnesota, an indigenous woman that was pulled out of her car by 3 ICE thugs, slammed down on her hood, and then slammed down on the road. And she got a concussion, and also her eye got hit here, and it fucked up her eye, and she had to have emergency surgery. The cool thing about it was, I didn't mention this before, but she had I think it was on her phone, where she was able to get her lawyer and another person to know her location, and that's how she was found by them. The 3 thugs didn't take her in because they hurt her badly, okay? And the video was on Instagram, and it was just heartbreaking. It just tore me apart, and it tore me apart for many reasons, but the main reasons why it tore me apart was it could happen to me. And it could happen to one of my members here on Shinnecock, or my sister tribe in Uncle Chug, or my sister tribe. Okay, it could happen to any of us. Okay, and that just it broke me. I mentioned about that button. Well, the button was pressed. And I was, I was really, really, really upset and angry. Then for a couple of days, it took me, I'm still pissed off, and now something happened today. Actually, it was last night, but I didn't find out until this morning when I woke up, that it just made things even worse. This country is so fucked up. Our leadership, our so-called government is so fucked up. And the thing of it is that he told us who he was years ago, even before he ran for the presidency. I knew who he was in my 20s, okay? And I'm 66 years old, and I knew who he was back then, okay? And everything that he has said, he has done. Everything. He has not held back. He has done everything that he said he's done. Okay? So the fact that people are surprised, oh my God, the famous line that I hear that just cracks me up. I didn't vote for this. What? I didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for this. Well, then what the fuck did you vote for then? Okay? What did you vote for? He told you who he was. We told you who he was. People of color were telling everybody who he was and what was going to happen. And then people had the nerve to say, I didn't vote for this. And the second famous line, this isn't America. This This isn't what America is. Oh, really? Oh, really? Really? The way America is right now, this isn't what America is. Third line. Oh, this isn't a racist country. Okay. Okay. Let me sell you the Brooklyn Bridge, okay? Let me sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. All right? This is exactly what this country is. This is what this country was founded on. White supremacy. Period. And it all started with indigenous people. They came over here, worst of the worst. They don't tell you that. Well, I'm going to tell you that. The worst of the worst was sent over here. The rapists, the pedophiles, the burglars, the murderers. They were all sent over here first. And this isn't what America. You guys are funny. You guys are really funny. But that's just telling me how much you guys do not pay attention to your history. Okay? You just don't pay attention to your history. But why should you when it's really not a good history to be paying attention to? But yet you should. Because if you really paid attention to it, you could not keep making the same mistakes. But see, that's not what. No, we can't do that. Because as soon as they came over here and they saw how beautiful this Turtle Island was and is, because they done left their land to extinction, okay? So they came over here. Oh, God, this is great, beautiful. Oh, man, we can do this, we can do that. Oh, man, money, 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 money. But anyway, move into what happened this morning. I wake up this morning and I go to one thing that I do watch almost every morning. I always watch my my YouTube, and I usually watch first. I watch if there's anything new from Lawrence O'Donnell, I watch him first. I watch whatever he has on YouTube. Because I really love me some Lawrence O'Donnell. He is just, that man don't hold back. He was the first white man, the first white anchor, the first white reporter to go on national television and tell the truth about this country and the indigenous people. The first one. And I have it on video. I kept it. I saved that. Because I was like, I'll be goddamn. And ever since then, I have followed him. I just happened to be on YouTube. I don't know how many years ago this happened. Was watching YouTube, and he came on, and I was like, what? I mean, I had to sit down and just like, I was in shock. Because it's the first time I ever heard. It was the first time I ever heard it. So I watch him, I follow him, and then I usually follow Reese Waters because he cracks me up. And then after him, usually when after him, and then other, the Watch List and I've Had It, and Midas Touch and Tennessee Brando. I watch, little bits of it, Tizzy, Jolly Good, I watch them. And then I watch at 10 o'clock is Don Lemon. Now, usually Don Lemon doesn't, he's always late, because he's a busy man, okay? So anyway, he's supposed to start at 10. Most times it's not until like 10:15, sometimes not until 10:30. But anyway, I wait and I watch him. Well, sir, this morning, I went to Don Lemon. Don Lemon wasn't there. Guess where Don Lemon was? Last night, he did, what was it? It wasn't the Grammys. It was the Emmys, I think it was. Either Grammys or Emmys. I forget which one he did. Award show. And afterwards, in the middle of the night, the feds arrest him. They arrest him. Why? A couple weeks ago, he did a interview, and he went to a church in Minnesota when he was in Minnesota. I think it was in Minnesota for like a week or something like that. But while he was there was someone had told him about, something may be happening at this church. So he went to report about it, and he did a report. He did what he does as a reporter. Okay? That's what the idiot decided. We're going to arrest him for that. And they're going to use a something to do with the Ku Klux Klan. I forget what they called it. But anyway, it has something to do with the Ku Klux Klan. And they were arresting him for that. But yet, he was not charged. They didn't give him anything that he was charged or anything like that. They just arrested him. News reporter. So now, you can't even tell the news. Especially if you're going to tell the truth. I mean, you can't tell the truth. And we all know mass media, they don't tell the truth. ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. Definitely no Fox don't tell the truth. But the independents, that's all they do. Is tell the truth. So, he got arrested. So, a couple of his colleagues, usually people that he sometimes has on his show, stood in for him. And they were on there for 8 hours. They just got done about maybe a half an hour ago. They just got done. Now, he's gonna, and he finally, got let go on his own reconnaissance. However you say that word. I can't speak. I can barely say anything. But anyway, he finally got let go. And but he's coming on at 8 o'clock to talk about it. Tell us what was up. So, hopefully I'll be done with this before 8 o'clock so I can see, hear him. Because I want to know. Because, to be honest with you, anybody that does videos, especially if they put them on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, and the government sees them, and if they don't like what they see, I could be sitting here doing this video, all of a sudden there'd be a knock at the door, and it could be the feds. We don't like what you said. We don't like your video, so we're gonna arrest you. That's basically what may happen. I know it sounds like, oh, Jennifer, you're being so stupid. No, I ain't being stupid. I'm telling the truth. Okay, this is the truth. This is where our government is going. The problem is they fucked with the wrong person. Okay? They don't realize really who they messed with. Okay? And I can't wait. I am like front seat I'm following this. I don't know what's going on because this affects this affects everybody. Everybody. You don't have to be doing this. You could be out protesting. Okay? Or you could write an editorial that you don't like. Anything that the government sees, and if they don't like, okay? Thanks to the idiot, thanks to Stephen Miller, especially Stephen Miller, he's the one who really started it. And Project 25, come on. Like I said before, I don't have to read 900 pages to know what Project 25 is about. Okay, because it's playing out right in front of our eyes every single day. Every single day. It's like, wow. Wow. I have been not so much on nerves, but I'm grateful. In a way, I'm really grateful that I don't leave my camp. I'm grateful, but it's scary. Okay, it's very scary because, especially being an indigenous woman, it don't matter anymore. If they want to come up here and want to grab people from here, they'll do it. They'll just come up here and do it. We've already seen them do it in Minnesota. We've already seen them do it in Arizona, New Mexico, Utah. I mean, we've already seen them do it. Oh, you're indigenous? So what? What do you mean, so what? What do you mean, so what? Let me tell you something. Okay? My ancestors were here 13,000 years before your people even thought of. Okay? And you're gonna detain indigenous people? Really? And then you're gonna threaten I told you in a video before, they threatened the Dakotas. Okay? The Sioux, they threatened them. Their leadership. We'll let there are three men, three indigenous men that they are holding as hostage. They still got them. They're still being held as hostage. Demanding that they break a treaty, a 150-year-old treaty, giving the government, the feds, the right to come up on their territory and decide who they want to detain or not. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you so. I talked about this last year, even before he took office. But nobody wanted to hear me. And I mean my own people. They didn't want to hear it. It's happening. It's happening. And I just don't care. I mean, think about it. Not only are they kidnapping, beating, breaking down doors, pulling people from their cars, going into schools, going into hospitals, taking them from, going to the court to do the right thing, taking them from there, detaining them in concentration camps. Let's just admit that's what they are. They're concentration camps. Okay. I just saw a video the other day, 50 to a cell. 50 men are in one cell. Some are standing, some are trying to lay down. 50. No bathroom. There's a movie that I watched, a documentary on the Holocaust. It's called The Last Days. And survivors, talk about. And the ones that were on there were the ones that all went to Auschwitz. I hope I said that properly. If not, I apologize. But they all went to Auschwitz, or there was another place, starts with a D, I think. Damn God or something like that. But anyway, and young adults or children, and they all got their tattoo and the whole 9 yards, and they talk about it. And well, guess what? It's happening now, right here in the U.S. of A. And wasn't the United States fighting Germany so that they could stop it? Right? Isn't that why there was World War II? To stop Germany, Hitler, and then, hey, Japan, we gotta stop Japan too. All right, so Hitler and Japan. And it's happening right here, and you know what the crazy part about it is? Stephen Miller, right? You know that guy, the bald head, ugly, stupid looking man with his ugly, stupid looking woman, wife, who's just as dumb and stupid as he is, even more so. He's Jewish. See, that's what really is it boggles the mind, okay, that him, along with Benjamin Netanyahu, okay, the war criminal, okay, he is a war criminal, okay, his own people don't want him as prime minister. They want to get rid of him, but he has been able to stay in office because he has the, what they call IDF, the military. They do whatever they want him to do. But the funny thing about it is now the United States is doing whatever they want done. The United States is doing it and has been doing it. Okay? Have been. For how many years now? 10, 15, 20 years? Sending millions, now billions of dollars over to Israel. And people get mad at me when I say that, yeah, well, we're paying for your universal health care and all that. We're paying for it. Oh, no, you're not paying for it. Yes, we are. We're paying for it because we're sending them billions of dollars for their military so that whatever monies they do have, they don't have to worry about it so they can do universal health care. So yes, we are paying for it out of our tax money, our tax dollars. I may be dumb, but I ain't stupid. And I may be stupid, but I ain't dumb. But they don't even want him there. But yet, what he is doing and what the idiot over here, Stephen Miller, is doing is the exact same thing that was done to them that Germany did. They're doing the same thing to the Palestinians. The exact same thing. And where did they learn that from? Where did they learn to do the things that they're doing? Where did Germany learn to do the things that they did to the Jews? And where did the Jews learn to do the same thing to the Palestinians? Where did they learn that from? I really wonder what. Let's see. Oh, yeah. The United States of America. Did you know that? I bet you a lot of people didn't know that. Where do you think he learned about genocide? And how to do the concentration camps. And how to starve them. Make them work. Where do you think they learned it from? Before the colonizers came here, there were over 50,000 indigenous people. 50 million indigenous people on Turtle Island. I'm talking from Canada, North and South America. That was in 1492. By the end of 1500s to the 1600s, that went down to almost 20 million, maybe 15. We're just barely holding on. But see, they couldn't get rid of us. They kept trying, but they couldn't get rid of us. They didn't realize you're so wanting to believe that we came from the Barren Straits over here and we came from that. You want us to believe all that. And we're telling you, no, that's not where we came from. Where did we come from? We came from the land. That's where we came from. We came from the water, from the seas, from the ocean. That's where we came from. Nowhere else. We are the land. We are the water. And the animals, the trees, they're our relatives. They are part of who we are. God damn it, we can't get rid of them. They're still here. They are still here. Yeah, that's right. And we're going to keep being here. We know how to survive. Unfortunately, it's very hard for us because you took the one thing from us that really was ingrained in us, and that was our language. We took our language away. Thank God that some of nations still have theirs. Thank God here on Shinnecock. I don't think I'll ever completely know the language. I mean, I say some words, but that's okay. The children are learning it. And oh, that warms my heart when I hear a child speak in our language. That's going to mean something. That's why it's so, so, so important that we make sure that things are right, so that our next 7 generations don't have to go through the bullshit that is happening right now. And that's why I always say we have a lot of work to do. And that's why I always speak to white people, especially to white people that are not racist. I speak to you because you're the ones that are going to change things. It's up to you. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep doing what we have to do. But the change, the real change, is going to be through you. Okay? You who are not white supremacists. You who are our allies. You who believe that we can be together, that we can live together and work together. Okay, white supremacists don't believe that. Okay, like I told you before, white supremacists, 2 things: intimidation and murder. Okay, because they don't want people of color, and they don't want our allies to be here anymore. They want to get rid of you too. They only want racists, Christian nationalists, Proud Boys, KKK, skinheads. That's all they want. Racists, racists, racists. And now that they have this so-called Messiah, he has emboldened them to, hey, go ahead. It has to be done. It has to be done. And only you can do it. Only you can do it. Okay? They already don't care anymore. Okay? They don't care anymore. Now they are killing you. White people, they're killing you. They're arresting you. They're beating you. They don't care. They want to get rid of you too. Because you don't want what they want. Can you see it? Stop saying to yourself, oh, this isn't what America is. Look at your history. Look at your history before they completely erase everything. Read about your history. Okay? Read the fact that some of you are descendants of the worst that came over here from 1492 until today. The worst of the worst. You want to, he keeps talking about the Mexicans and the Latinos. They're all the worst of the worst. The Haitians. Somalia. They're the worst of the worst. No. Look at your ancestors. Go down to your ancestry and find out really who the worst of the worst was. Is. Still is. Do you guys realize that you elected a pedophile, a rapist, a liar, a cheat? Do you realize that that's who you elected as President of the United States of America? Do you understand what that means? There's nothing good about that. There is nothing good about that. And look at how things are. Look at how things are. Now, I'm not saying that Joe Biden was one of the greatest presidents. No, I'm not saying that. However, when he left office, he did not leave office where the United States was in really bad shape. He didn't. He actually left the United States in pretty good shape. Okay. We had jobs. All right. The prices weren't that bad. Okay. A lot of things could have been better, but compared to the way it is now, really? For 6 eggs, $8. Okay? Oh yeah, the eggs yeah. Groceries go from $40 to $150 for the same amount of groceries that I did last year when Biden was in office. This year, I'm paying $100. It was $40 back then, $40. Now it's $150 for the same groceries. The good thing about it this past year is that I didn't have a car, so I didn't have to worry about gas. That's all right. There was always, something good came from it. So I didn't have to worry about gas. But not my family. They had to worry about it. They had to pay $3.50. And I feel sorry for the people that live down in Montauk, the way they gouged them down there. $5, $6, $7, $8 a gallon. Has it really gotten better? Why do you think I wear the hats that I wear? Make America native again. Because I know we'll never get back to being completely native again. But however, what we could do is get back to the spirituality of native. The togetherness, the compromise, the understanding. Think about it. That's what I mean when I say make America native again. And that we all can come together. Native, white, Black, Hispanic, Asian. We all can come together. All of us. Straight, gay, trans. We all can come together. We all can learn from each other. You can do that. Because remember, the one thing that we all have in common, the one thing that all of us, oops, sorry. It's 8 o'clock. My alarm, okay. But the one thing that we all have in common, you all know what it is. We all bleed the same way. We all bleed the same color. So we do have something in common, don't we? We do. And we can use that to our advantage to learn from each other. And do the answer to all of our questions. We all know what the answer is. We don't want it. Some of us don't want to admit it. Because that means that what I have to actually sit with you. Learn something from you. Yeah. Yeah, you do. And guess what? It just might help. So we can become open-minded. Learn something. Okay. Gotta go. I really want to be a part of this. If no one has told you that they love you, I love you. God bless you. Okay? I may not like you, but I do love you. I really do. Okay? So let's keep it together, okay? But also understand what happened today can happen to anybody. But the only way it won't happen is if we come together. And if you white people, please, you can do it. You can do it. You can change things for the better. I don't want things to be great. No, let's just make things better. Where we help each other. Where we learn from each other. Why can't we do that? And stop worrying about the color of our skin. However, don't deny it though. Don't deny anybody's color. Just respect it. That's all. And let's move on. Okay? All right. Peace and blessings. Muskanawish.